I'm all right. How about yourself?
Doing all right. You up here yelling and causing a ruckus earlier?
I'm sorry?
Were you up here yelling and causing a ruckus earlier?
I don't know. Only a video will tell since I've been recording this whole time.
Hey, you can hang out here and do what you got to do, no problem. I just can't have you creating a disturbance and yelling or making.
Do you have any proof I was doing so, Sergeant? Deputy?
Do you have any proof that you weren't?
I don't answer questions. Am I free to stay?
As long as you don't create a disturbance.
Was I creating a disturbance?
I wouldn't be here if you weren't.
I need 2 complaint forms.
Okay. You have a good day, all right?
I'm having one. Bunch of fucking cowards.
I'm not a coward, sir. I'm more than happy to step and talk to you outside if you like.
Was that a threat?
Okay, this video is going to be focusing specifically on the claim that I was supposedly yelling and causing a disturbance inside the lobby at the Placer County Sheriff's Office on April 7th, 2022. During the 2 days I visited the Placer County Sheriff's Office before they filed for a restraining order against me, I only went inside of the building one time, and the whole thing is recorded on video. While I was there trying to file a record request, somebody called dispatch and told them I was yelling and causing a disturbance, seemingly to try and get me removed from the office. Sergeant Jason A. Doolittle came down to confront me minutes later and insisted that he wouldn't have been there if I wasn't yelling or causing a disturbance, as the caller said. I have reasonable suspicion to believe that the records department supervisor named Amy Kincaid, who is also the same person listed as the protected party in the restraining order, is the one that made the false report to dispatch that I was yelling and causing a disturbance inside the building, because she told me she was going to call dispatch to have an officer come down and help me. And then minutes later, a sergeant walked in saying that he got a call that I was yelling and causing a disturbance. This also lines up with one of the declarations they made against me to obtain the temporary restraining order, where they claim that I've been harassing and threatening sworn and civilian employees, and that such threats occurred both inside and outside of the building. This video will prove that I never harassed or threatened anybody inside the building as they claim, and that I was very calm, polite, and mannerly the entire time until Sergeant Doolittle came in to confront me over the false accusations, insisting they were true. So remember, not only was there a false report made over the phone to dispatch at the sheriff's office that I was yelling and causing a disturbance, but there's also a false claim in the declaration they submitted to the court that says I've been harassing and threatening sworn and civilian employees, and that such threats occurred both inside and outside of the building.
Oh, no. Hello.
Hi, I see you.
All right. I'm just curious. I'm coming in here. I'm trying to file a records request, and then I also need a civilian complaint form,
Okay,
but it's for an employee of the jail here.
that's fine.
Okay.
There's that.
Thank you.
Do you have a report number that you'd like to request?
It's not in relation with any report that's been filed.
Okay, so I'm not sure how I can help you.
Well, I'm filing a records request that should go to the jail here about one of their employees. And then, hello.
Do you need something?
Yes, ma'am.
You got a complaint form, and if you need to file a report,
They sent me over here.
oh, okay, you can use that phone on the table over there.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the button that says dispatch. Tell the dispatcher you're in the lobby and you need to file a report.
All right. It's a civilian complaint. It's a little
Well,
different
that's
than
the
a.
complaint form, but
Okay, and then I'm sorry, the second one would be a records request, not it's not about a report.
okay.
So I'm requesting an officer or an employee's identification, basically.
That I can't help you with.
You can. Either you or someone else can. It's public record.
Well, you can go online and find out who works here.
It doesn't work like that, ma'am. There's not an employee directory.
Yeah, well,
Can I speak to a supervisor, please?
sure.
Unbelievable. So this little brochure-sized paper is their complaint form.
Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. So I had an encounter out here on this, what would you call, facility property the other day with an employee of the jail. I'm coming in here to file a records request with a submitted picture of that employee so I can learn his name and identification number so that I can file a formal complaint on him. I'm not trying to be difficult here.
No, I know, you were even difficult with me when I walked out to my car the other night.
Yeah, but you guys are public servants. You work for me.
So at 6 o'clock at night when I'm off work and I'm walking to my car.
So are we gonna get into personal opinions? I thought we're gonna be,
No, I'm simply, you were just telling me what you want.
well, what does that have to do with the records request that I'm talking about? What happened the other night has nothing to do with right now.
Well, that's not really a records request.
That is a records request, ma'am. I've done it before in many other counties and cities.
So you want the officer's record?
No, ma'am, I just need his name and identification, his employee ID number so that I could file this complaint about him officially.
Well,
I don't know
that's
his
what I'm
name
saying,
because
that's
he.
not a records request, because a records request is an actual record, like something that happened that.
Ma'am, I've done this many times before. I understand what you're saying.
I haven't done it many times.
Well, I understand, but it's not in regards to any report that's been filed. It's in regards to an employee of the Auburn jail came out to get in my face and act aggressively. I want to file a formal complaint, but I don't know his name. I can't just send an anonymous, some employee. It has to go directly to him
Yeah.
to be
Well,
investigated.
Was there an actual report filed? Was there anything, because there may not be anything if somebody just talked to you.
Well, there is something. I have a picture of him. I have his license plate, his car. I have the time he clocked in for work. So, I mean, it should be pretty easy.
Oh, okay.
I went to the Auburn jail the same day and they said I would have to come to the Justice Center to learn that name. So I'm not trying to get like his whole file or all of his records. I just need his officer so-and-so, or, you know what I mean? And his,
I do know what you mean. Why don't you have a seat, because we'll have someone come down from dispatch. We'll call dispatch and have an officer come down and they can help you.
all right, I appreciate that.
Anything we can do.
All right. May I have your name, please?
Amy?
Amy?
Yeah, and what's your name, sir?
I'm a citizen of Placer County.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Just have a seat. We'll have someone come down.
So I have the citizen complaint form here, but how can I file the complaint form if I don't know his name? And then just because I was here the other day filming around the property, they wanted to bring that up when it's completely unrelated. I came here for official business and she wanted to bring up her personal feelings about me filming the other day. All employees of the county are public servants. Whether you're a civilian employee or a sworn officer, it's no different. You have a name and you have an identification number, and it's public record. It's not private because you work for the public. So So she said she's gonna have an officer come down to speak with me when all I really need is a records request form. California Public Records Request Act. Some paperwork about voting. Everything else looks empty.
Kate? Kate?
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Took her a minute. Gonna learn today. So like I said, I brought picture of the employee's face as well as his car and license plate number. I can provide what time he started his shift. Besides that, I don't really know anything because he refused to identify himself, even though he confronted me and got in my face. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
So do you guys not have like the California public records request forms? Like a printout?
Yeah. He's asking for a form.
I asked for the records request form, which you should have readily available for the public. It's a part of California state law.
You can make a Public Records Act request verbally. You can make it on a piece of scratch paper. You can send us an email. We don't have a form for somebody to fill out. We have a form, like if you're requesting a record, that we fill out that has your name, the report number, or record that you're requesting, when you've requested it, and we have 10 days to supply it to you. If that's what you're talking about, there's that. But as far as the Public Records Act, you can submit a Public Records Act request.
I understand this, ma'am.
Portal. You can go to our online portal site.
But what if I don't have a printer? What if I don't have
You don't have to
internet
print it.
availability?
Send it right through our portal.
I'm saying, what if I don't have a computer or internet availability?
Well, you have a phone.
What if
You
it?
can do it on your phone.
What if it's not connected to the internet? I'm saying.
Then what you can do is you can you can find your own piece of scratch paper. You can even do it on a Post-it note. It doesn't even matter. We have to actually receive
Well,
it.
so I'm submitting his picture to help you guys identify. Shall I just write it on the back?
You can do that.
Is that official?
Well, we have to actually accept a public records request submitted in any form. So
I understand
it's
this.
okay if you write it on the back of that. If you want to give us that and just write whatever it is that you're requesting.
That'll suffice for me.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. I mean, they could print out anything else, but not that form. See here, 4:34 p.m. Thursday, April 7th. I'm all right. How about yourself?
Doing all right? You up here yelling, causing a ruckus earlier?
I'm sorry?
Were you up here yelling, causing a ruckus earlier?
I don't know. Only a video will tell since I've been recording this whole time.
That's fine.
Can I have your name and identification number?
Yeah, my name's Sergeant Doolittle.
Doolittle? As in the movie?
Yeah.
Do you have an identification number?
Sam 3?
Sam 3?
Uh-huh.
All right, all right.
Yeah. So, I'm recording too, so that's fine. Hey, you can hang out here and do what you gotta do, no problem. I just can't have you creating that disturbance and yelling or making,
Do you have any proof I was doing so, Sergeant? Deputy?
do you have any proof that you weren't?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Am I being detained?
No, you're free to leave. You're
Am I
absolutely-
free to stay?
As long as you don't create a disturbance.
Was I creating a disturbance?
I wouldn't be here if you weren't.
Really? That's crazy. I'll need 2 complaint forms.
Okay. You have a good day, all right?
I'm having one. Bunch of fucking cowards.
I'm not a coward, sir. I'm more than happy to talk to you outside if you'd like.
Was that a threat?
No, I'm saying if you want to talk out here, I'll be more than happy to talk to you.
What does talking out there versus talking in here have to differ? Unless you were threatening a physical altercation.
No, I just don't want to disrupt.
I don't do the smart ass shit. That's why I'm here right now.
I don't want to disrupt them any more than you already have, so I'm saying if you want to chat out here, we can, otherwise, have a good day.
Disrupt too, there's an empty lobby here and there's no employees here at the window. I'm basically the only one in this office besides employees hiding behind cubicle walls right now.
No, you're totally fine. All right, you have a good day.
Do you need this window, sir?
Just you to talk to the receptionist.
Yeah, that's fine. I just needed to know if I should move for you.
Thanks, sir.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Hello. Good, how are you today?
Yeah, so they said I was causing a disturbance and yelling in here. That's crazy. I have not yelled one single time,
Yes, ma'am.
and it's all on video.
Yes, ma'am. On the phone, yeah. Stephen Woman?
So after seeing the video, and now that we've established that I was in fact not yelling or causing a disturbance inside the building, doesn't that mean they knowingly lied about me in their declaration to the court? Wouldn't that be considered perjured information? Let me know what you think in the comments below.
Am I being detained?
No, you're free to leave.
Am I free to stay?
As long as you don't create a disturbance.
Was I creating a disturbance?
I wouldn't be here if you weren't.